5 players the Browns will miss most. This is from dogpounddaily.com. I'm going to give you 3 and then I'll give you 2 more. So they have Tavier Thomas, Kendall Lamb, Terrence Mitchell.
Well, this is why I love Browns fans. Tavier Thomas, a guy that was really just a special teams gunner, and he was good at it. It's an important role, and it was something he did well. But I love that he makes the list as one of the guys that the Browns lost. And maybe it just speaks to the fact that they didn't suffer that many huge losses. Of that group, I guess I would put Terrence Mitchell at top like they did here. I'm 5-4-3 there, so I would put Terrence Mitchell up there just because this team could use another outside corner who could get out there and play. I liked what Terrence brought to this team. Not a shutdown guy, not a guy necessarily that you want as your starter, but you like having him available because you can put him out there and you can rely on him.
All right, so 2 and 1, Sheldon Richardson and Olivier Vernon.
Yeah, Vernon I feel like they've replaced Vernon with Clowney. Vernon really finished strong last year and did a nice job for this team before he tore that Achilles in the season finale, unfortunately. I've sort of advocated that if Vernon's around and you can bring him back maybe to come on at the end of the year if he's healthy and able to play, that wouldn't be a bad thing. You can never have too many pass rushers. But Vernon is a tough loss, but I feel like they've replaced him. Sheldon Richardson, obviously a guy that's gotten a lot of talk around here before he signed with Minnesota. I think he's really valuable, and I think he would have excelled with this defensive line because I think Garrett and Clowney are going to put the quarterback in a position where those defensive tackles are going to get to clean up a lot of sacks, and that's something that Sheldon Richardson is really good at. But this front office just doesn't value defensive tackles at the price they were paying for Richardson.
Yeah, and again, you've got so many extensions that are coming up. You can certainly understand the thinking behind trying to save $12 million towards cap space. And you know what? I don't necessarily hold it against Sheldon Richardson that he didn't want to come back. I get both parties thinking.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Sheldon, maybe you would have been willing to take a pay cut, but I also understand if you don't want to and almost grovel to get your job back. I understand that. You go to Minnesota, I think that's a good situation for him. He's been there before. He's familiar with it. And the Browns are fine too. Even though I said I would put Sheldon at the top of that list, I don't think we're going to be sitting there in November thinking, man, this team really misses Sheldon Richardson. I think they're going to be fine at defensive tackle.